What's going on, people? It's your boy EB. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Before we go anywhere in this video, I want you to go and subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to do more videos. I'm trying to grow my channel and impact as many people as I can. So do me a favor, subscribe to my channel. Tell people to tell your friends to subscribe to my channel. We're out here. Also, if you want more content, I've got a website, www.earlblackman.london. I've got podcasts on there, articles on there, and my videos as well on there. I'm doing something called 60-second sessions as well. That's going to be on my website as well. Videos of me, speaking on certain topics for 60 seconds. So make sure you go and check that out. Anyway, so I got a DM the other day, and someone DM'd me and said they were having their doubts. They were questioning certain things about God and all that kind of stuff like that. And it was like, how do you know that God exists? And that's a good question. It's a question that it's something that many of us question. Like, you might have experienced certain things, you might have gone through certain things, and now it's caused you to question God. It's caused you to, all the kind of, like, some of us go through, I know some of us are made out of gold and nothing ever troubles us, and we pass through every test in life with A stars and distinctions. But some of us, we sometimes have questions. I've been someone that's questioned a lot of things. The stuff that I'm into, the stuff that I study, it sparks a lot of questions, about God that I have. And so there's three main ways that I know that God exists. So there's three things that I see that help me know that God exists. So number one is my own personal experiences. I've had personal experiences with God that I can't deny, I can't doubt, I can't say, oh, this never happened, because I've experienced him for myself. And so one thing that is important for us all is to experience God on a day-to-day basis. I'm not saying that it has to be one big encounter where Jesus appears to you, even though that can happen. It's just an encounter with God, an everyday encounter with God that, something happens, he touches you in a way that that, man, like, yeah, I felt God today. So I've had my own personal experiences and personal encounters with God in many ways, different shapes and forms. And that's one way that I know that God is real, because, I've experienced him personally myself. One thing that people can't take away from you is your own personal experiences. Number two is how I know that God is real is because I look at other people. This is actually one of the main ways. If I'm going through something, I'm doubting something or whatever, one of the main ways that solidifies me and tells me and shows me that God is working is when I look at other people's testimonies, right? When you listen to, I don't know, whoever it is that you listen to, whatever testimonies you've heard, and when people are testifying about what God has done in their life, it makes me, like, I see so many people testifying about what God has done. I'm like, all of these people can't be crazy, and all of these people can't be maniacs. Do you understand what I'm saying? So just the fact that they're saying, God's done this, God's healed this, God came from me on this, God saved me from this, God delivered me from this. And I've seen, so many testimonies of all this stuff happening. I've seen, things that God was doing and the way that God moved back in the day, like a Azusa Street revival and the Welsh revival. I'm like, man, all these people can't be lying, all these people can't be deceived. So it's just like, all right, cool, they've experienced this, and I'm like, all right, cool, God, if you can do it in their lives, then surely you can do it in mine. So that's the second way that I see that God is real and that God is moving and God is working, when I see what he's doing in other people's lives. And the third way is when I look at creation. And I used to hear people say this, oh yeah, when you look at creation, it shows you that God is real. There's even a scripture that says when you look at the marvelous works of creation, you should be able to see the attributes of God. And to be fair, I only really got an understanding of this the other day, like maybe 3 days ago, when I was doing some research on the human brain. And when I was just looking at the detail of the human brain, I'm looking at the potential and its capacity and the things that it's able to do, the intricacies, the just the crazy stuff. I look at it and I think there's no way that just came around by accident. Two atoms coming together, there was a big bang and everything started growing from the earth and all it. Like, wherever you look in the world, wherever you see detail, wherever you see design, there's always an intelligence behind it. If you see a building, there's always an intelligence behind that. There's a builder that built that building. If you look at a painting, there was something behind that painting. When you look at anything that's been beautifully designed in this world, man, you look at these books, these bookshops, like, there's always an intelligence behind it. So when I looked at the human brain and I saw the potential, I was like, nah, there's no way. There is no way that this is a mistake. There has to be some sort of intelligence behind that. And it's God. When you look at the potential of the human body and what the human body can actually do, it's like, man, God in his infinite wisdom designed our bodies, our brains, our minds to be able to do all of this crazy stuff. He is a designer. There is definitely intelligence behind creation. When you look at the sky, when you look at the moon, when you look at the sun, everything is set in place. The universe, the solid, it's like, nah, this didn't just happen by accident and mistake. There had to be an intelligence behind it. And so these are the three main ways that I draw inspiration. And I would say, for all of us, if you doubt God and if there's certain things that you're questioning, is God real? Is this really happening? Is this really possible? Number one, I would say to you to seek to have a personal encounter with God on a day-to-day basis, an encounter that you know that is real. And like I say, it doesn't have to be a big fancy thing when Jesus smashes through the window and flicks his hair back and says, hey, I'm here. But it's just something that is so real to you, so personal to you, that you know that, nah, God touched me and he is real. Also, listen to other people's testimonies. Listen to what God is doing in other people's lives, and if he's doing it in their lives, then you can have faith that God will do it in your life as well. And then number three, ask God to speak to you through creation. Look at the trees, the birds, the animals. One thing I love is when I wake up in the morning, I hear the birds tweeting and singing, and I'm just like, man, this is just heaven. Like outside my room, there's like all these trees and all that kind of stuff like that. So the birds are here doing their thing. When I wake up and I hear creation, I'm just like, man, God, you really know what you're doing. No matter how crazy life gets, no matter how many things I don't understand, you know what you're doing. So yeah, those are the three main ways that I know that God is real and that I draw my inspiration from. And so I just wanted to do that video real briefly because I thought it was an important topic to touch on, seeing as I got this DM yesterday, and many of us are in that situation. So yeah, three main ways that I know that God is real. Make sure you like, share and subscribe, share this video with someone, and we'll be here from next week. It's your boy